I'm going to do another tag one. This one is the "You've Never Been Asked" YouTube tag. So we'll skip to it. As you can see, that's there. So that's the "You've Never Been Asked" YouTube tag. Blah 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 blah. Question 1: what is your favourite candle scent? I don't actually burn candles, however I do love incense sticks and oil burners and stuff like that. And I've got a lovely one called Vampire Blood that kind of fits in with my vampire thing. And I've also got one called, it's just plain as vanilla. I love vanilla. It reminds me of cupcakes and birthday cakes, so I love that smell. But I've got all sorts of stuff. I've got a cola cube scent, oil. I've got a lemon meringue pie one. I've got a chocolate orange one. I've got if you think about puddings, these kind of scents that I like. I've got your typical ones like cannabis and fresh linen and stuff like that. But fresh linen's one that I like as well, because I do quite like the whole smell of, like I say, fresh linen, which is what it's supposed to be. It kind of smells very fresh. What female celebrity do you wish was your sister? Paulie Perrette, for definite. If you don't know who she is was for 14-15 series. She was the lab tech scientist in NCIS. Which is left the show now. What male celebrity do you wish was your brother? That's a hard one. Depends on how you define celebrity. I don't know. That's a hard one. I don't really know any male celebrities that I'd want to be as my brother. Probably an athlete, Mo Farah, something like that. Someone who, Mo Farah, Usain Bolt, Greg Rutherford, someone who would inspire you to improve yourself. I think would be quite good. How old do you think you'll be when you get married? I don't intend on getting married. Do you know of order? Yes. She goes by the name of Mum. Can you do split? Nope. Nowhere near bendy enough. How old were you when you learnt how to ride a bike? Funny enough, never, because I can't ride a bike. I have no sense of balance when it comes to wheels, so I can't ride a bike, I can't skateboard, I can't roller skate, I can't rollerblade. Put wheels underneath me and I just fall over. I just cannot do it. What oceans have you swum in? None, because I can't swim. How many countries have you been to? Depends on the definition of countries. If you mean just different kind of, say countries, then 2. England and Wales. They are technically different countries. Wales is a different country. It's part of the UK, but it's a different country within the UK. So it's a different country. Is anyone in your family in the army? That is a bit complicated. I think it's my second or third. I think it's my third cousin. Her husband, I think, is in the army. I think. I'm not sure. I'm almost certain it's my third cousin. I think it's Mum's second cousin. I think. I could be wrong that it could be my second cousin. But Mum's certain that her husband is in the army. Or was in the army, or something. I'm not sure. I know when they got married he had a suit on. Like a military suit. What would you name of your daughter if you be what would you name your daughter if you had one? Easy. Stephanie Rose. That is a name that one of my first internet friends used to call herself. She used to call herself like she used to call herself Stephanie Rose just for anonymity or whatever it was. To keep herself anonymous. She would call herself Stephanie Rose, and I just thought that was a really cool name. What would you name your son if you had one? Robert, after my dad. Robert Peter, after my dad and my granddad. What's the worst grade you got in a test? Possibly a D for my English GCSE. What was your favourite TV show when you were a child? My favourite cartoon was Thundercats or He-Man or Centurions. My favourite live action had to be Airwolf, Street Hawk, Knight Rider, 18. So those the cult classics because I come from the 80s. I am an 80s child, and all the shows, whether it's a kids, live action, whatever, they were all cult classics nowadays. What did you dress up when it was Halloween when you were 8? You expect me to remember 31 years ago? I didn't really do Halloween as a child because, my parents just never really allowed it. Have you read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Games or Twilight series? Nope, they're not my kind of books. Would you rather have an American or British accent? Definitely British. You can't beat a British accent. Did your mother go to college? No. From what she's told me, she became ill before taking her kind of 15-year-old exams it was at the time. This was like way back in 1960 something. Kind of like the equivalent of CSEs and GCSEs. She became ill before that, so she had to go away, and she never took her kind of exams. Are your grandparents still married? My grandparents are dead, so yes, they're still married in heaven. Did you ever take karate lessons? I did actually. A little known fact, and I still own my karate kit outfit. I got to a red belt, which was like only the first belt. We didn't have a white belt or red and white belt when I was there. The first belt was red belt. And I did that when I was about 10 or 11. There's a cheesy photo of me outside my uncle's car. I won't embarrass myself and show people. Do you know who Kermit the Frog is? Of course I do. I'm an 80s kid. What's the first amusement park you've been to? I've never been to an amusement park. What language besides your native language would you like to be fluent in? Klingon, Vulcan, and German. A bit random. German I love because there's quite a few decent German bands, like heavy metal bands that I quite like. That all around either German or Germanic. And then obviously Klingon and Vulcan because I love Star Trek. Do you spell colour as grey with an E or grey with an A? Both actually. Depends on what mood I'm in and what I'm talking about. Is your father old? My dad is dead, but he did have a full head of hair when he was alive. Unlike me, as you can see. I clearly get my baldness from my mum's side of the family, not my dad's. Do you know triplets? Nope. Do you prefer Titanic or The Notebook? I've never seen The Notebook. When Titanic came out, I had huge problems with it because it was whole glorifying a disaster and so on. But after watching it a few times, I've actually come to think it's, as a standalone film, it is quite a decent film. But as like a disaster movie kind of film, I still have problems with it. Have you ever had Indian food? Yes, I love Indian food. Oh, excuse me, I've got a bit of a cold. What's the name of your favourite restaurant? It's not a restaurant. I've never been to a restaurant. I have been to restaurants, but not major. But my favourite takeaway place is a place called Pizza Base. They do the best pizzas in my town. Have you ever been to Olive Garden? I have no idea what that is. Do you belong to any warehouse stores, Costco, BJ's, etc.? No. When would your parents have named you? What would your parents have named you if you were the opposite gender? I don't know. I don't think that's ever really come up. I think they knew that I was going to be a boy right from the get-go, so I'm not sure. If you have a nickname, what is it? My uncle calls me Monty. I can't remember why, but I get called Monty. Who's your favourite person in the world? That's got to be my mum, really. She's probably the only person in my world. Would you rather live in a rural area or the suburbs? I quite like it where I am now. Yeah, we're just on the edge of a rural kind of, lots of fields and everything. But it's fairly built up, actually, where the houses are. But you know, you're literally within a few minutes, like walk, and you've got fields. So we kind of get the best of both worlds there. I quite like that. Can you whistle? Of sorts. Do you sleep with a nightlight? No, because I'm a big boy. Do you eat breakfast every morning? No, because I don't get up in the morning most of the time. Do you take any pills or medication daily? For those of you who know me, you will know that I do suffer from mental health and depression and so on. So yes, I do take medication. If you want to know what I take for curiosity's sake, leave me a question or DM me on Twitter or Instagram or on my website or whatever, and I will tell you. It's fairly specialist stuff. What medical conditions do you have? Yeah, well, there you go. I suffer from depression, social anxiety, schizophrenia, which is always the good one to tell people. I have type 2 diabetes and high cholesterol. And I think that was it. My depression, I'm not too sure what kind of depression I have. I think they've just put it down as like psychotic depression because of the schizophrenia. But I personally think these days I'm kind of edging towards bipolar, because I tend to have two extremes. I mean, like now it is 1:45 in the morning and I'm up, I'm wide awake. I'll be awake all night. I was awake all day. I'll probably be awake all day tomorrow, or at least the rest of this day. And then come on a high, and then I'll literally crash. and I won't want to get out of bed or talk to anyone or anything for a few days, and then I'll be on high again. So I think I've got bipolar, to be honest. Schizophrenia is, as you know, that takes form in seeing hallucinations or voices. I suffer from both. It's not pleasant. I'm quite open about it. I've written blogs, I've done vlogs about it. I'm very open about it. So if you want to know more about it, just let me know and we'll talk about it. I've got a fairly wide and open view on the condition. How many times have you been into the hospital? Just in a regular hospital, probably less than half a dozen times. A couple of times when I was at school, at work, a couple of times in my working life I've been to hospital, and then of course there was the big events that happened. Have you ever seen Finding Nemo? Yes, it's a brilliant film. Where do you buy your jeans? I don't wear jeans. I wear combats or jogging bombs. What's the last compliment you got? I honestly can't remember the last time anyone complimented me, let alone what it was. Do you usually remember your dreams in the morning? That goes back to my medication. Under normal circumstances, when I'm taking my medication on a regular basis, I tend not to remember my dreams because they tend to be quite graphic and horrific. So my medication tends to, I don't know if it blocks me from having them or whether it just blocks my memory of them. I'm not quite sure, but it's not often I do remember them. It's got to be quite, like I say, it's normally when I forget to take the meds after once in a while that my kind of medication levels are not as high as what they normally are, so I'm a bit more resistant to the medication. What flavour tea do you enjoy? Earl Grey, Captain Picard, Star Trek. Earl Grey, tea, hot. How many pairs of shoes do you currently own? Shoes, I probably only have one pair of New Rock shoes. I have about 10 or 11 pairs of New Rock boots. If you don't know what New Rock boots are, check out one of my videos. I've actually done a bit of a talk about them. I've got a pair of New Rock trainers. I've got a pair of Madfish trainers, which are kind of like vegan, kind of cool, funky, New York inspired, but all vegan. I've got a pair of kind of gothic, kind of army boots, I suppose you could say. What else have I got? I've got a random pair of walking boots for when the weather's not so good, because they're quite sturdy and thick boots, or trainer type shoes. And then I've got a random pair of red and black shoes. Not shoes, trainers. So yeah, I've got, that's probably about 15, 16 pairs. I don't wear many rocks anymore because my whole body shape has changed and I can't really get into them properly anymore. What religion would you raise your children to practice? One, I don't intend on having children. And two, if I did, I would raise them with a free mind and not to be constrained by any religion. And then if they wanted to follow religion on their own accord, then so be it. But I would not force a religion upon them. How old were you when you found out that Santa wasn't real? Santa's not real? Oh no. I don't know, possibly about about 6 or 7, possibly maybe 8. It's when my dad was alive, and he died when I was 8, so before then. I don't know if that's old or quite young to find out, I'm not sure, but I would say about 5, 6, 7. Why do you have a Tumblr? I don't have Tumblr, which is why I'm doing this, because it's a Facebook one, not Facebook, a YouTube one. I'm Brew, by the way. So yeah, that is those questions done. I can't remember if I don't know if I've just had that up against the screen or not. I'm finding new things with OBS, so I'm not sure what's clicking off there. I'm trying not to bring up the screen that has OBS on it. I'm just trying to use either the webcam screen or the browser screen with my webcam in the corner. I'm trying not to show the different interaction transitions. So I don't know if I had the questions or whether you've just been watching me. I don't know. I'm not used to it yet. But yes, that was the 50 questions you've never been asked before on YouTube. So I will upload this, and I've got a bunch of other stuff planned to do tonight, so yeah, it won't get uploaded for a few days. I'm just trying to keep myself occupied while I'm awake. So I'll see you all in the video. Bye.